a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Jason Swain!
Here's Josh and Swain.
On another beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Jason Swain is here, a PFL and former Tennessee wide receiver. I am Josh Ward. We are presented by Junk Beyond, East Tennessee's junk removal specialists. We have a lot to cover. Tennessee football, another step forward, and Joey Aguilar looking to play football one more season at the University of Tennessee. We will get to that. Another big performance from Nate Ament.
Nate Ament, baby.
He's reaching all capital letters status with these offensive explosions.
Well, just the performance altogether, offense and defense. I mean, I think we saw development on the defensive side of the floor before the offensive explosion. I mean, we saw his presence being felt as a defender with his length, being able to rebound, alter shots, block shots. But the offensive performance, that's increased over the last couple of games. But we saw him play better defense for longer than that. But, hey, man, it's cool to watch. And this is what's awesome about college sports is you get a chance to see a young player come in and they develop over the course of 3 to 4 years. But with a talent like Nate Ament, those times are compressed. Those time frames are compressed because he's so good. So we're seeing it week to week, game to game, because he's coachable, he's a blank canvas, and he's made full of the right stuff, and the game is slowing down to him. I mean, you can see it. You can see it. So I'm looking forward to this matchup this weekend on the road against the Wildcats with how Nate Ament is playing right now.
Kentucky will host Oklahoma tonight, so the Vols' next opponent will play tonight at home, and then Tennessee will go up to Rupp Arena. Rick Barnes said, paraphrasing, better be ready to compete. No reason to drive up there if we're not going to compete for 40 minutes. And he says that because last time Tennessee did not compete well enough for 40 minutes, and Kentucky was able to come back. So Tennessee will look to get payback. Yesterday, Ron Slay said Tennessee by 20. They won by 18 points against Ole Miss last night. He also told us Tennessee by 6 against Kentucky this upcoming weekend. So I know he wasn't exactly right, but he was as close as you're going to get last night. I consider that a correct call last night by Ron Slay. He predicted a blowout, said Tennessee by 20, and they did that against Ole Miss. Ugly first half with the missed opportunities on the offensive end. They turned it around in the second half, and Nate Ament was a big part of that with the 26 second-half points. We'll talk Tennessee hoops. You'll hear Rick Barnes talk about Nate Ament and the progress that he's made, the work that he's put in to play like he has here recently in SEC play. We'll also continue the conversation, Swain, that we discussed yesterday when we were at Frazier's Carpet One with an update as Joey Aguilar was granted a temporary restraining order against NCAA eligibility rules earlier today by Knoxville Judge Chancellor Christopher Hegarty. So a 15-day order in Knox County Chancery Court was issued, and it looks like next Friday, February 13th, is when the hearing will take place. If there's any update on that projection, we will obviously tell you. But it looks like next Friday, February 13th. But this was a positive step for Aguilar in seeking one more year of eligibility, one more season as Tennessee's quarterback.
Yep, no, 100%. I mean, which should make you feel good about Tennessee's chances offensively next year. To do what he did in his first year with limited amount of preparation coming in the offseason, having this offseason, he's only going to be better or should be better. But George McIntyre should be better as well, too. So if you're Josh Heupel, this is a good problem to have. More competition inside the room. Of course, it's going to cost you more, but you need to have better competition in each position group room. And you have it. You have it right there with the quarterback position as long as Joey Aguilar is able to take that next step. What this step allows him to do is be able to, to work out with his teammates and do all those things, even though he's not necessarily cleared from the procedure he had done that affects his throwing. So he can be with his teammates. He can do some of the things that everybody else is doing, not all of it, but this is a huge step in the right direction for him.
Brian said, never in doubt. Hashtag alumni judge. Maybe. There's a reason they filed in Knox County.
It is. The question now is going to be, once this gets done, is who's next? Who's next? We saw what Trinidad Chambliss will be able to do. Looks like he's going to be able to play this season. Tennessee has kind of followed that strategy. Then you look at what Alabama did with Charles Bediako. Who's going to be the next person who does it?
Yeah, I guess, are we in hearing season? You have recruiting season. That goes up until December. Then you have transfer portal season, which I would argue is December and January. You can't enter until January, but players make their intentions known during the month of December. Then February is hearing season, when players who are suing the NCAA, they go through that process. Chambliss, Bediako on Friday. Right now it looks like Aguilar next Friday. Then you have spring practice season that will follow in March and April. Then you get to summer workout time. You might have 2 lawsuit seasons because we'll see if anybody wants to sue later this spring to be able to transfer since that second window was removed.
It's always lawsuit
but I think,
season.
Yeah, you're right. Lawsuit season. It's kind of like it's kind of like recruiting. It's 12 months out of the year. You're always recruiting. It's just
24/7.
Move forward to the next class. So maybe that's the case with lawsuits, literally here. But I think we're in hearing season right now during the month of February.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is Tennessee on probation?
Yeah, I think so. I think they got some stuff.
Like, how do you operate on probation and be respectful of the penalties that were handed down to you from during Pruitt, and you want to make sure you color in between the lines there? You don't want to tamper.
Sure.
Got to follow the rules, right?
Mm-hmm. Rules are rules.
But suing the NCAA for the second time, and what, 3 or 4 years?
Well, Aguilar's suing.
Who?
Aguilar.
Oh, just Joey Aguilar.
He's only suing in Knox County that he can play football for Tennessee.
You think the NCAA is looking at it that way? That it's Joey, not Tennessee?
I'd be surprised.
It's just all weird, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, hey, man, we're not going to do the tampering that everybody else is doing because we want to follow the rules. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna sue the NCAA or be behind our guy that's suing the NCAA,
right,
to go around the rules.
No, I find it all to be very
it's crazy to me.
Very strange. Alabama and Tennessee and Ole Miss, they're all member institutions, right? If things don't work out how they want to within the rules that they agree to, then they just sue to challenge those rules. So, yes, it's very strange. We actually have this filing from the NCAA today, I believe. Pete Thamel sharing it in the Trinidad Chambliss versus the NCAA case. The NCAA, in its filing, wrote this: collegiate sports will become ungovernable if eligibility determinations are instead the result of individual court decisions. That is one concern that people have, myself included, and what this will mean for the long-term impact of eligibility, because I am asking the question at this point, what is the point of eligibility rules? If the lawsuits are over the ability to make money and the ability to profit and the athletes win, well, then where will the line be drawn? People are asking about this line. You have different angles. You have the Chambliss case from Division II. You have Joey Aguilar with his junior college case. And then you have Charles Bediako from the professional level. Amari Bailey might join that, the former NBA player. So, yeah, it's coming from all different angles with the central theme being eligibility.
Yeah, I mean, that Amari Bailey, that's a whole nother level, right? That's a whole nother level from Bediako, that's a different level from
James Najee. Yeah, we've taken but we've taken different steps. James Najee, who never had a two-way contract at the NBA, he was traded by NBA teams.
Yeah.
He was a part of the Karl Anthony Towns trade. He just never himself played in an NBA game.
Bailey was
His
traded
rights
back.
were held. You had a two-way contract for Bediako, and then Bailey actually did at one point play in the NBA under a two-way contract before spending most time in G League and having his contract terminated.
It's like each player has taken a little inch.
Yeah.
And the next one is taking another inch.
Why
and
wouldn't an
then the next
FCS player or a group of five players sue? Because in Aguilar's case or Chambliss's case, they are arguing, hey, playing at this lower level, I didn't have the opportunity to make money like I do at the power conference level. They're arguing the NCAA level, but could an FCS player not make the same argument? Because you don't have the same earning potential. A player at Troy doesn't have the same earning potential as a player at Alabama. So I recognize they're under NCAA rules, but in terms of earning potential, if that's a big part of the argument, it's obvious one level is above the other.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess everybody that's at the lower level could sue if they, who's going to do that?
Right. If Chambliss or Aguilar or Aguilar, I guess, if they're let's say they're both successful, I think Chambliss stands a good chance, and obviously Aguilar stands a better chance.
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't somebody try? Why wouldn't somebody say, hey, yes, we're above junior college, but we are obviously below, talking about an a group of 6 level or an FCS level player, why wouldn't you also sue for extended eligibility? Because you also have less earning potential.
Yeah, why not? Why not try, right? Oh, man.
So hearing season is upon us, but Joey Aguilar, an important step today for him in trying to be Tennessee's quarterback, which would increase Tennessee's chances of success on the field in 2026. What do you think about it? We continue the conversation. 865-656-9900. Curious your thoughts on these cases and the impact on college sports. Also, as we do wait on a final determination, but with the positive news for Joey Aguilar today, the potential change you might see in expectations for Tennessee on the field this fall. We'll cover it all this afternoon. We'll talk more about Tennessee's win, 4 straight now, with the win last night against Ole Miss, taking care of the Rebels, beating them by 18 points at home at the Food City Center, getting ready for Kentucky on the road on Saturday. 865-656-9900 if you would like to call or text in to be part of today's show. Jason Swain is here, a VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. We're presented by Junk Be Gone on Josh and Swain.
Never miss a second of sports. Download the updated Sports Animal app right now.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Brogan Financial Wealth Management and Retirement Planning. Brogan Financial is a fiduciary, meaning that they have a responsibility to act solely in the best interest of their clients. Brogan Financial was founded in 2001 to serve clients in their pursuit of financial independence. The team at Brogan Financial, led by Jim Brogan, pursues excellence in the delivery of wealth management and comprehensive retirement planning. That comprehensive plan will include keys like investment management, income planning, tax planning, estate and legacy planning, and healthcare planning. And they will sit down with you, help you understand every part of that plan, clearly communicate to you so that they can help you, so they can serve as your partner in helping you define and achieve your retirement goals for today, tomorrow, and the years to come. When you sit down and talk to somebody about your financial situation, your goals for the future, you want to sit down and talk to somebody that you can trust. You can trust Jim Brogan and the team in how they can help you. Learn more about what they can do. Set up a meeting by going to broganfinancial.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Flowers and chocolates are okay, but an insanely clean home from Zero Res Carpet Cleaning is sure to impress your loved one. Only Zero Res uses ZR water to clean your carpets and other surfaces without harsh chemicals. To make things even sweeter, they leave zero residue, so your carpets stay cleaner longer. You can take 20% off your standard cleaning service when you mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, or you can book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya, guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Start the new year with comfort and savings from Pipe Wrench Home Services. Tired of high energy bills and constant heating and AC repairs? Ready for a more efficient home? There's never been a better time to upgrade your comfort and take control of your energy costs. Upgrade your HVAC system now with Pipe Wrench Home Services and make no payments until 2027. A new energy-efficient system means lower bills, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind for years to come. And with Pipe Wrench Home Services same-day service guarantee, you won't wait to start enjoying a more comfortable home. Your comfort isn't just our job, it's our promise. Upgrade your HVAC system now with Pipe Wrench Home Services and make no payments until 2027. Schedule your free estimate today at pipewrench.com. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free. Offer good with approved credit. Some restrictions apply. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Stanley Fence, the first name in fencing for East Tennessee. Stanley Fence has 4 to 6 foot chain link fencing and galvanized or black vinyl coated finishes, plus aluminum fencing, all in stock with no long wait times. Get a free gate with every residential chain link fence installation. Want a custom look? Stanley Fence has cut pyramid, Gothic, and French Gothic wood post tops in-house. No middleman, just craftsmanship. Call 865-254-3844 or go to stanleyfence.com to schedule your appointment. Stanley Fence, family owned, operated, and the first name for fencing in East Tennessee.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Thank you for being with us as we continue on Josh and Swain. Richard in Maryville texted in Swain to ask, can we sue the ref that called Gaffney's catch a catch? Statute of limitations might be up on that one, but also the ref that said we didn't score a touchdown in the Music City Bowl.
Why not?
You might be able to get that one in. Might be able to.
Yeah, let's go for it. Sue everybody for everything.
It is lawsuit season in college sports. Randall said if Joey comes back, I think the pressure is on. Expectations for hype will go up even more. This season could show us just where the program is without any excuses.
I mean, it shouldn't be any excuses anyways, but yeah, I mean, I think the pressure is ramped up even more. I mean, you have a quarterback that's going to be 25 years old, so experience won't be an issue. He had a really good season in his first season, so it should be better this upcoming season. You address issues on defense. You address issues with your defense coordinator, your strength coach. So, yeah, I mean, like, there shouldn't be any excuses anyways, but I think the difference is Tennessee will be regarded as, that top third of the league, whereas with George McIntyre potentially being a starter, people are going to look at Tennessee and go, middle of the pack. Maybe 3 losses. But I think with Joey Aguilar coming back and then, with the pieces you have on offense, I mean, this should be a playoff team.
Another text, and then we'll open up the phone lines. Sean in Lexington said the amount of revenue opportunity doesn't really matter. It's that you have the opportunity. Even though you may go to a G League, you still have the opportunity to move on and advance into the NBA and make multi-millions. You have an opportunity. It's just greatly diminished if you're a junior college athlete. I think we talked about this off-air yesterday, but you may remember Bryce Harper. He was a high school phenom as a baseball player. He finished high school early, I think got his GED, but he finished high school early to enroll in a junior college to move up the timeline when he would become draft eligible. Bryce Harper was well known. Everybody knew who Bryce Harper was in high school.
Yep.
He would have had earning power as a junior college baseball player. He would have gotten a shoe deal or whatever. He would have had that opportunity if he did that today. It's just that most athletes that go to junior college, they don't have that kind of name recognition. So there is an opportunity. It's just very small. Obviously, you have a greater opportunity to make money if you're playing at a power conference school versus a junior college, or again, if you're playing at a level in between like the FCS or the Group of Five.
I'm sorry, but how's that the NCAA's fault that a young man, a young lady is at a FCS or smaller school? I mean, that's on you as a player.
Yeah, it isn't. It's a reminder that this is a pay-for-play conversation. It's not actually a name, image, likeness conversation because everybody has an opportunity with their name, image, likeness now. It's just a matter of, do you actually create name, image, likeness recognition? What Joey actually gets is that he's the quarterback at the University of Tennessee, which automatically brings real earning potential versus being a quarterback at a junior college or, again, FCS, Group of Five, D2, where you don't have the same amount of fans, you don't have the same amount of revenue, you don't have the same earning potential.
Why does he have more earning potential at Tennessee versus a smaller school? Why is he in that position? I mean, it's a really simple answer. The answer is because he's better.
Yeah, he's better, and the school has revenue to pay it.
So, that's how life is. You're rewarded for being better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really that simple. Like, if you're not a really, really good player, you don't get the perks. Not everybody is equal. Not everybody gets the same perks. You're on a team, you don't get the same perks as the best player in the team. You don't get the same perks as the quarterback. That's the way sports has always been. So miss me with I didn't get a chance to earn at this level, so these years shouldn't count. Let them count now that I'm going to be at the FBS level and I have an opportunity to earn more money. You should have thought about that when you was playing PlayStation. Or go get better. Go ball out for a year, wherever school you were at, and then transfer up, and then your payday will come. But I don't want to hear anything about, I'm at this small school and I can't make money like the big guys. Yeah, because you are not as good. That's why. Go to work. Go to work. And then when you do make that move up to the higher level, get as much money as you can. And, hey, if you can get it now, get it now. But I'm sorry, man. I can't get on board with that one.
Joe asked this question, then again, we'll get to the phone lines. In 2026, what purpose does the NCAA actually serve? Couldn't they step up and make some rules about eligibility, NIL, player contracts, etc.? They do have rules. That's why lawsuits are being filed against them to challenge those rules.
Yeah, going around them.
Yeah. Let's say hello to Turkey Man on Josh and Swain. Hey, Turkey Man, thanks for calling in. Good afternoon. What's on your mind today?
Well, I was going to ask about the quarterback situation. I was going to ask how many years did Carson Beck play collegiate ball, and how many years did Diego Pavia play collegiate ball? And if I counted right, which I could be wrong, I think last year Pavia was 6 years by junior college, so and this would be 6 years for Joey. I'm not promoting either way. I'm just saying this is what we're in, and I'll take it if it comes our way because not everything goes our way. But I was going to ask Chase. I was thinking about this the other day because he really would have benefited from this that's going on now, NIL and everything. But, we pick a player to get Cookie and be the Cookie Monster, and that ain't worked out too well, I don't think. Jason, if you would have been cookies, I'm asking a question I don't know. I have no idea. But what year would have been the best for you to have been picked as the player for us to get cookies, and how many games will we receive cookies from you on touchdowns? I don't know. I don't know that answer. I hadn't looked.
Yeah, probably my sophomore and senior season. I had the most touchdowns in those 2 seasons. But as far as Carson Beck, Turkey Man, Carson Beck played 5 years collegiately. So he played 5, and one of those years was he came in at COVID, so he got that extra year, and he was able to play 5, and he took advantage of it.
Yeah, the difference in the Pavi or Beck or other players not named that aren't at quarterback like Dominic Bailey or Bryson Eason is 2020 did not count against eligibility. Joey was also there, so he's 8 years. He would be 8 years out of high school this upcoming fall. 7 years in football if you remove the 2020 season. His season was canceled. Some seasons were canceled at the JUCO level. Some weren't, I believe. Joey's season in 2020 was canceled. He redshirted in 2019, and then after 2020 transferred to Diablo Community College, played 2 seasons there. So he was in the community college level for 4 years, I guess, from an academic standpoint, and then transferred to App State after Diablo. So, yeah, Pavi and Beck, they were 6th-year seniors this past fall, thanks to COVID. And, of course, Pavia getting that blanket waiver, which Joey also benefited from this past season. If not for that blanket waiver a year ago, Joey would have been finished following the 24 season. Same for Miles Kitzelman. Kitzelman was able to play another year at Tennessee because of the blanket waiver given to last year's senior class who had been at the junior college level.
Well, it's a mess. I appreciate guys take my call.
Yeah.
Mess.
Yeah, thanks, Turkey Man. Totally agree. Big mess. Big mess. There are all kinds of opinions. Everybody has valid points with their opinions. I want to make sure my point was clear when I made the Bryce Harper comparison. Brian texted in and said, Josh, using Bryce Harper for JUCO is a bad comparison. I was a JUCO athlete. The opportunities are not there to make money. The schools are much smaller. Towns are much smaller. The recognition is non-existent. I know that. That was my point, is that those schools don't have the revenue. They don't have the financial backing from boosters and people that donate and all that. But the argument that has been made is name, image, likeness. We got a bunch of messages yesterday. You can't make money in junior college. You can. Yeah. It's very difficult. But the reason that this is not actually a name, image, likeness conversation is because that's not how the athletes are getting their money for the most part. Some are getting real brand deals, and quarterbacks actually can get brand deals at this level. But the majority of the money that is being spent is being paid to play the sport. That money doesn't exist at the junior college level or, for the most part, at any level below Power Conference. It's pay for play. It's not name, image, likeness. Yeah. So when we keep getting these messages, well, you can't make money in junior college. You can. Yeah. It's just remarkably difficult. Bryce Harper would have. So I use that example to show you can make money. It's just unlikely. It's pay for play. I don't have a problem with that fact. I just want to make sure everybody understands what it is versus what it's being called.
Yeah, P2P. That's what it is. That's what it's been for the most part. And there's a few players who are getting true NIL, but for the most part, it is pay for play. And I think it's important to call it what it is. Yeah. So that way you limit the confusion that comes from it. Like, you continue to have folks still confused on the difference. NIL is not what is happening 90% of the time with these players being compensated. They're being compensated to play football or to play basketball or play whatever sport they're going in to play. It's not NIL.
If Arch Manning left Texas after his freshman season, dropped down to junior college for a year before going on the recruiting circuit for his junior season to return to the SEC or Power Conference level, in that sophomore season in junior college, Arch Manning would have been paid a lot of money because he had name brand recognition. He would have been paid in junior college. He just had no reason to be there.
Yeah.
Does this ruling open the door for Swain to get his 5th year, JT asks? Potentially. Yes, JT. potentially, yes, we are working to get Swain one more year.
Yeah, I had a cold my freshman year, so that year shouldn't count. Yeah, I had like a 102 temperature for like a week, so just don't count that whole season.
All right, it's 12:32. We got a few hours. We can get the suit filed in Knox County before the afternoon ends.
No, I'm good.
865-656-9900. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for all the interaction. We'll keep it moving right here on Josh and Swain.
Hey, I'm Josh Hill, right here in Knoxville. Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important: life insurance. The Josh Hemphill State Farm Team can help you understand options that best fit your family. Contact us right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Nate Ament, game high 28 points for Tennessee, and the Vols won their fourth straight game with an 84-66 win over Ole Miss last night at Food City Center at Thompson Bowling Arena. Tennessee turns its attention to Kentucky in a rematch with the Wildcats this Saturday night in Lexington. Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar has been granted a temporary restraining order in his lawsuit against the NCAA as he seeks an extra year of eligibility, enabling him to continue playing for the Vols this fall. The ruling was granted earlier today after he filed suit last week in Knox County, arguing that he should be allowed a fourth year of playing Division I football rather than having the years he spent in junior college count against his eligibility. Aguilar was third in the SEC last year in passing yards with more than 3,500 yards through the air. The New York Jets have hired former NFL head coach Frank Reich to be their new offensive coordinator under new head coach Aaron Glenn. I'm Joel Silverberry.
Hey, it's Ainge for Chafee HVAC Plumbing and Electrical. It's time to get healthy with Chafee. How about an Induct air purifier? Unlike standard filters that only catch dust, this professional-grade unit actively kills viruses and bacteria, odors, and allergens. How about a whole-home water filtration system? We have one at the Ainge household. This system treats water at the source to provide several key benefits. Removes chlorine, saves your appliances, and softer skin and hair. Find out more by going to Chafee's website, coolingheatingplumbing.com.
A.G. Hines Company. For more than 100 years, since great-grandfather Albert Hines first opened the doors back in 1920, the best construction companies East Tennessee have used their building materials. But when it comes to your do-it-yourself projects, they're also the best first stop you can make thanks to their prices, selection of tools, and their experience. Visit their century-old business on Hines Street in downtown Knoxville. For 4 generations, they've been the area's most trusted supplier with building materials and tools. A.G. Hines Company. Building materials since anyone can remember.
Kicks SL 492 155 Versa SL 8544 90. Take thousands off MSRP. DM 405331. All offers with approved credit cannot combine offers. Double offer up to 2500 in the form of a discount.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp for Oak Ridge Nissan, and love is in the air. Be our Valentine during our President's Day sale with deals like this.
Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay your trade off no matter what you owe. What, you want a lower payment? Okay.
Get into a Nissan Versa for $17,995 or a Nissan Kick starting at $19,995. Or how about 0% financing for 60 full months? And for the month of February, Oak Ridge Nissan will double your down payment or double your tax return. That's double crazy. With deals like this, I should run for president. Don't be Cupid. Make that 10-minute drive and save thousands of dollars during Oak Ridge Nissan's President's Day sale, and that's why
you're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Do you have a house that's causing you stress and need to sell it fast? Then keep listening. Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers. and I will make you a fair, as-is, all-cash offer on your house today. No matter the condition, price range, or location, call me, 865-500-3711. Maybe it's inherited, sitting vacant, causing you financial stress, or needs more repairs than you can handle. Whatever the situation, I'll buy it. Whether your house is in perfect condition or falling apart, I'll buy it. Behind on payments, I'll buy it. Tenants not paying rent, I'll buy it. Facing foreclosure, I'll buy it. No repairs, no banks, no fees, and no commissions. We can close in as little as 1 week. If you're ready to sell your house fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. Pro Source Home Buyers.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firm President's Day sale. Find your dream mattress today. Their sleep experts are highly trained to find the right one to fit your unique needs. They make sleep easy.
Well, after a very foggy start, we'll still continue to keep the clouds around with some patchy drizzle throughout the day. But as temperatures begin to tumble a little bit more this afternoon, we could see that transition from rain into a quick burst of some light snow showers or flurries. Not expecting much out of it, but it will be in the forecast later today. In the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Sydney Sullivan.
At Ingalls, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingalls Table. It's all waiting for you at ingalls-markets.com. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
Fair, honest sports conversation from 2 guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us on Josh and Swain, presented by Junk Be Gone. Swain, we also have a statement from the NCAA in response to the temporary restraining order granted today in the Joey Aguilar case. You ready for it?
I know it's going to sound like. It's going to sound like we don't agree, but we can't do anything.
Where's Congress?
We need help. Somebody help us, please. And then some weak sentence at the end of the statement. So go ahead.
That's pretty close. Here we are. Here's the statement from the NCAA on Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar winning a temporary restraining order for extended eligibility. Quote, this outcome, after the plaintiff withdrew from a federal lawsuit and separately filed a lawsuit in state court with the exact same facts, illustrates the impossible situation created by differing court decisions that serve to undermine rules agreed to by the same NCAA members who later challenged them in court. We will continue to defend the NCAA's eligibility rules against repeated attempts to rob high school students of the opportunity to compete in college and experience the life-changing opportunities only college sports can create. The NCAA and its member schools are making changes to deliver more benefits to student athletes, but the patchwork of state laws and inconsistent, conflicting court decisions make partnering with Congress essential to provide stability for all college athletes.
I mean, they didn't lie. Is Joey Aguilar robbing a high school player this year? I don't think so.
No. Robbing somebody who was recently in high school of the chance to play, but not a roster spot.
Making it more difficult for a player that was recently in high school, and George McIntyre. Yeah, making it more difficult, making his path a little bit more, mucky, I guess, in being the starter. I mean, George will have to beat out Joey to win that job, but I don't disagree with the NCAA. You know things are crazy when folks are like, hey, well, I mean, NCAA got a point there.
That's when things are getting a little wild. When People respond, pretty good point by the NCAA.
Hey, hard to argue with what they're saying there. I mean, you know it's crazy in college sports when you are doing that.
Hey, in the YouTube chat, we're on YouTube today as well, the Sports Animal YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. GBO Marshall said, hey, I'm a huge fan. Can I get a shout-out? Go Vols. Shout out to GBO Marshall.
GBO Marshall.
And to everybody in the YouTube chat and you for tuning in wherever you might be. Kevin in the chat said, well, the expectations have shifted a ton now that Joey looks like he'll get another season. We should be a top 10 team now. That's Kevin's opinion. We had another text earlier in the show saying expectations have to rise if Joey does play this fall.
Yeah, I mean, expectations for me was high anyways because it's year 6.
Right.
So, but, yeah, they should be. I was already playoff or bust anyways, and I just think with Joey being on this football team, it's even more of that. Like it's you got to get to the playoff. You can't be getting into the playoff like you did in 24 where you're backing in. Like, I mean, controlling your own destiny and having a chance to make some damage in the playoffs. I mean, that's the position I think Tennessee, should be in with, Joey being a part of this roster.
Yeah, we've talked about these way too early top 25s, which are subject to change, and I guess most of them have had Tennessee out because I think that collected top 25 that On3 put together had Tennessee out.
You got to put him in now.
You got to be in there with Joey, right?
Yeah, you got to be between 20 and 25 with Joey.
Yeah, that's still an if, but it's a stronger if Tennessee has Joey as the quarterback based on today's ruling.
Yeah, you can't have a top 3 returning passer in the SEC and a lot of guys back on offense in a revamped defense with the defensive coordinator and Jim Knowles and not be in the top 25. I mean, I guess I would understand if you had him at 26, 27 and you dinged him for the bowl game, but still, like no one is getting dinged for the bowl games anymore like that anyways. I mean, you look at some of these top 10, 15, 20 teams, there are teams that have returning quarterbacks. So if you're going to put them in place in the preseason, then you got to put Tennessee in one of those top 25 spots based on the fact that Joey Aguilar, Tennessee's returning starter, will be back this year as well if the courts side with him and he's able to play.
Derek says, I don't feel bad for the NCAA at all. For years, they played God over student athletes who transferred, whether they got to play right away or had to sit a year. What goes around comes around.
I don't feel bad for them. Man, feeling bad for them and then, feeling like they have a good point is two different things.
Right. So, I don't feel bad for the NCAA.
I never felt bad for them.
Their best point might be that these are the rules agreed on by the member schools, but then when they need something to help them outside of the rules, they just sue us to get that changed.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fair point.
I mean,
because it's true.
It's true. It's true. I mean, the schools work for them, essentially. And, I mean, they're not able to do their job and enforce it because the schools are going back on what they initially agreed on. So, now, I don't feel bad for the NCAA at all, but when they make an accurate statement, I got to give credit what credit's due. It's an accurate statement. Mm-hmm. They're not wrong. But this is a byproduct of missteps for years along the way, leading up to where we are right now.
Yep. Past decisions, in some cases by people who are not in place now.
Correct.
That caused the NCAA or caused college sports to get behind, played a role. Now, presidents and chancellors and athletic directors and football coaches, basketball coaches in some cases too, they also played a hand. I don't remember too many football coaches saying, hey, I think all athletes should get all the opportunities that they want. I don't remember too many standing on desks and chairs from presidents and chancellors saying, allow these athletes to be able to play 6, 7, 8 years. Allow them to be able to make as much money as possible.
You know why they didn't? Because they were getting their money.
Right.
I mean, it really comes back to greed. I mean, NCAA was greedy. Presidents and chancellors were greedy. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is why they don't say anything now. It's because business is booming for a lot of those institutions. Because they could get together and go, you know what, man, let's blow this thing up. Let's start all over. They have the power to do it. but it hasn't hit rock bottom yet. Business is still booming. There's people out here still making a lot of money with these universities, and so there's no need to do it right now for some schools. For some schools, they're like, please hurry up, let's do it, because we're continuing to hemorrhage money. But it hasn't gotten rock bottom yet for some schools.
Have you seen a statement today from Greg Sankey, SEC commissioner? See one yesterday or last week? Where's he? You got an Alabama basketball player. You got an Ole Miss quarterback. You got a Tennessee quarterback. You've had the CSC conversation with LSU. Greg?
I think he
is he snowed in?
I think he is preparing for spring meetings.
Okay. 865-656-9900. Destin is beautiful.
Yeah, man.
During the springtime. We'll come back. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for putting up with the shenanigans along the way. We invite you to be a part of it at 865-656-9900 here on Josh and Swain.
You can now enjoy UT Sports on TV while hearing the Vol Network play-by-play on the Sports Animal timed with it. Here's how to sync it up. We delay the Sports Animal radio broadcast just a bit, so when the game reaches kickoff, tip-off, or first pitch, pause your TV, then listen to the Sports Animal broadcast. At the moment the game starts on the radio, release pause on your TV. Now you're in perfect sync, watching the action while hearing the Vol Network call live on 99.1, the Sports Animal. It's the best seat in the house. Your house.
Flowers and chocolates are okay, but an insanely clean home from Zero Res Carpet Cleaning is sure to impress your loved one. Only Zero Res uses ZR water to clean your carpets and other surfaces without harsh chemicals. To make things even sweeter, they leave zero residue, so your carpets stay cleaner longer. You can take 20% off your standard cleaning service when you mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, or you can book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
This President's Day, sleep better with Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. For a limited time, get a queen for the price of a full or a free foundation with any mattress purchase. Built two-sided for lasting comfort. Brothers Bedding, built to last, not to sag. Visit us today.
Your skin problems could really be your water problems. Remove the chlorine and hard water for around $2 per day. Warm, fresh, delicious cookies from Moonshine Mountain Cookies. Oh man, it's always one of my favorites. You know, the Chubby Decker was just declared the best cookie in the state of Tennessee by the dailymeal.com. Gooey caramel, chocolate, toffee. Okay, you're talking my language, okay? I like also the sea salt caramel. They've got gluten-free cookies for her. Awesome hand-scooped ice cream, and now a new location in Pigeon Forge. Of course, you know West Hills, Farragut, Fountain City, Moonshine Mountain Cookies, West Hills, Farragut, Fountain City, and now in Pigeon Forge. Yes, get your gooey shot of goodness at any of the stores. Also great drinks as well. Look, Moonshine Mountain Cookies, the perfect gift or treat for two for Valentine's Day. Moonshine Mountain Cookies. It's dessert.
Fellas, are you feeling tired, foggy, or just not yourself lately? At Optimize You Knoxville, we help you get your edge back. Low testosterone, weight gain, low energy. It's not just aging, it's your hormones telling you something. Our team creates a personalized plan to balance your body and optimize your health so you can feel strong, focused, and alive again. Don't settle for normal, guys. It's time to feel optimal. Visit Optimize You Knoxville today because it's time to get you firing on all cylinders. Optimize You, Knoxville's leader in hormone health.
Valentine's Day is coming, and Food City has got you covered. Show your affection with a dozen beautiful premium quality sleeved roses and a dozen hand-dipped chocolate strawberries for just $29.99 with your value card. It's the Cupid's Combo exclusively at Food City. Play Step to the Plate at 8 with John and Vince to win a $25 Food City gift card and get qualified to win a Cupid's Combo now through February 13th. More details at 991sportsanimal.com. Food City, your one-stop shop for Valentine's Day.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Fraser's Carpet One. I remember when I was a kid sliding around in my socks on the hardwood floors of my grandparents' house. It's funny how those little memories stick with you, isn't it? Now I get to help Knoxville families create those same moments in their homes. Whether it's carpet for the playroom, hardwood in the kitchen, or luxury vinyl throughout the house, New floors are not just about style, they're about the memories your family will make for years to come. At Fraser's, we make it easy with free in-home estimates, free design consultations, and no money down with free financing for an entire year. Call 546-4850 today. Let Fraser's help you create the kind of home your kids and grandkids will always remember. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more. Fraser's.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books in Westwood One Sports. Both play the Pacers in Indy, and this is a matchup that Pascal Siakam has dominated in each of the first 2 meetings this year. In the first meeting on November 29th, Siakam had 24 points and 9 rebounds. In the second meeting a week later, he had 36 points and 10 boards. The Bulls have been a bottom 5 defense all year long and a bottom 10 defense against the center position. Take the over on Siakam's points plus rebounds. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Presented by Junk Beyond, junkbeyond.biz. We'll talk to Braden Gall coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll talk some football with him. We'll see what he thinks. If Joey Aguilar is going to play quarterback for Tennessee, how does that affect what Braden sees for Tennessee's football team this upcoming fall?
Well, man, it's hard not to believe that Tennessee won't have a chance to do some damage. I know the schedule's going to be harder for sure, but anytime you can add a guy that third on Tennessee's all-time passing list with all the great quarterback play we've seen here in Tennessee football history, it's hard not to think that Tennessee won't have opportunity to be a real contender. With them, still going to be hard against Texas and against LSU, some of those teams, Alabama. But, man, you sure feel good about the chances of the offense. And it may not be Joey. George may beat him out.
Maybe.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know if Tennessee is willing to allow Joey to go through all this if they didn't have a good feeling that Joey would probably be the starter. But that doesn't mean George has to accept it.
Right. We did get asked in the text box a moment ago, I love Joey, but will we lose George Mack to the portal if Joey gets to come back? So there was only one portal window. It's in the winter. It's in January, and that portal window has closed.
Well, I think
for speaking for this season,
yeah,
for the 2026 season,
George, I'm sure, knew all along that Joey was going to do this and try to get an extra year. So it's not like he's surprised and he's going to make some decision to leave, because he technically could have left when Tennessee was going out and getting Sam Leavitt. Or trying to.
Right.
And so if Tennessee would have nailed him before the portal closed, would he enter the portal to leave? I don't know that answer. I'm not necessarily worried about him leaving because, again, only one quarterback can play at once, and he's already set for 1 year, and I'm sure he may not want to and George could go to court and challenge having to sit here. If he really wanted to, I guess, if he truly wanted to leave, he can go to court, right?
Right.
Why not?
I don't know that I don't know for sure that players will be unable to transfer this spring, because it just takes one player to go to court to say, wait a minute, we used to be able to transfer. A semester of school has passed, and because of whatever circumstance they will claim in court, I need to be able to go to another school and play right away.
Yeah.
A judge might say, yes, you can.
But my concern is not about him leaving. My concern is about him feeling like Tennessee staff was up front with him the entire time and on the up and up. And I'm not saying that because I know one way or the other. I just know that this could be a very uncomfortable situation for George. And the only way you make it through is great communication and transparency. My concern is if George feels a certain type of way that he was misled or he was done wrong, we're talking about an entire region of the state that's going to know about this. Not only the region, but the entire state. You're talking about a mid-state player, a quarterback from your own state that you brought to your university and you did him wrong. That's my concern. Again, not saying that that's happening at all, but that would be my only concern. Not him leaving, because if he leaves on good terms, I'm cool. Because, hey, man, only one quarterback's going to play.
Right.
You got paid. You got paid a lot of money. So you were taken care of. But, again, if he was misled or lied to, the damage
that the expectation would be about $2 million.
Which is a steal for Tennessee.
Yep, that is a bargain based on the market. We'll continue the conversation with Braden Gall of 440 Sports when we begin hour number 2 of Josh and Swain.
It's the biggest game on the planet, and nobody breaks it down like Jim Rome.
Who do you think will be the last one standing this year?
Fearless debate and the best callers in sports.
On any given week, you have lots to beef about. Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
Big games, big opinions, and zero mercy.
We will get to all of that. You've been warned.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
A lot to get to, and I'm not sure you're going to like all of it. I don't even care if you like all of it or not. I have a job to do.
The Jim Rome Show.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Hey, Tennessee, what are you looking for in an automobile dealership? How about a no-pressure, friendly staff, a huge selection of pre-owned inventory, which incidentally is why it's been called the intersection of selection for over 20 years. How about one of the largest new car inventories in the entire area? And don't forget, they all come with Rusty Wallace Honda's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. Or maybe it's service after the sale you want. If that's the case, then get to our award-winning service department. Whatever your reason, don't wait. Get to the intersection of selection. Rusty Wallace Honda, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. If you're new to the area or you've never been into our store, let me tell you about our once-a-year clearance sale. It's a great sale. And why? Because it's for real. Not a market up to market down. It's 40 to 50% off our oldest items, 20 to 30% off our newest, hottest items. And it only happens once a year. Sale starts February the 5th through Valentine's Day. I promise you won't be disappointed. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We want to be your jeweler.
Line in the air into left field, base hit, Tennessee wins!
The 2026 Tennessee baseball season is right around the corner. A new era is set to begin on Rocky Top, starting Friday, February 13th under new head coach Josh Elander. Make sure you're there for day one inside the newly renovated Lindsey Nelson Stadium. You don't want to miss the 2026 Vols. For more information on how to get tickets to Tennessee baseball's opening weekend series, visit allvols.com today.
Start your spring cleaning early and get an insanely clean home with Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Take 20% off standard cleaning services when you mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal. Or you can book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com.
This President's Day, sleep better with Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. For a limited time, get a queen for the price of a full or a free foundation with any mattress purchase. Built two-sided for lasting comfort. Brothers Bedding, built to last, not to sag. Visit us today.
It's time now for the Retirement Minute with the host of More Living, Jim Brogan.
When people think about retirement, they often focus on how much they've saved. But the real question is, how do you turn that savings into reliable income? Income planning is about creating a paycheck for yourself when your work paycheck stops. That means coordinating Social Security election, pensions, investments, and other assets so your money shows up when you need it and lasts as long as you do. A good income plan accounts for inflation, taxes, healthcare costs, and volatile and choppy markets. It's not about guessing returns. It's about building a strategy that adapts over time. Retirement is not the end of planning. It's a new phase of it. The plan that gets you to retirement is not the plan that will get you through retirement. And with the right income plan, you can spend with confidence and not fear.
Thanks, Jim. Visit Jim online at broganfinancial.com.
As a business owner, CEO, or facilities manager, the number one responsibility is the safety and security of your employees and clients. Solid Ground Security Solutions is a partner you can trust. Comprised of retired federal agents, Homeland Security officials, as well as state and local law enforcement officers, they provide security officer services designed specifically with you and your location in mind, providing you with customized security plans. Solid Ground Security Solutions, sgssprotection.com or 865-235-6001.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide at 991thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Old Trapper, what's your beef? It finally happened. The LA Clippers are sending James Harden to the Cavs for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. He's 36. He's up there in age. And at 36, I think it's obvious that Harden is in win-now mode. Do I think he's going to get that with the Cavs? We'll have to see. I'm Addie Bates.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain's here, a VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver, potential future Tennessee football player. If we can get that extra eligibility, just takes one case. Get you back out there on the field.
Yeah, my time is up, man. I got a job.
4th and 1 at the goal line. We're going play action. Swain in the flat.
I got a job, man.
First down.
I'm good.
We go to the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. We can get Braden Gall some eligibility as well to make a return to the collegiate football field. Braden, good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, great. Thanks. Yeah, just file it in the list of things no one on earth is asking for. So, yeah, sure.
Hey, so a positive step for Joey Aguilar in his attempt to play one more season of college football with the temporary restraining order that was granted earlier today. There'll be a hearing coming up over the next couple of weeks. Let's say that he does succeed here and he does play one more season at Tennessee. How does that change your view of Tennessee, what it's capable of, the floor, the potential? What do you see with Tennessee if Aguilar's back for another season?
Yeah, I think that's the right way to look at it. And without a hint of irony, of course, Tennessee fans ecstatic about a quarterback potentially winning a case to become eligible despite the conversation around basketball players recently. Again, everybody should try it, and if everybody's trying it, your team should try it too. I think the way to look at it is in tiers, because as of right now, I don't think we know enough about most of the rosters. I think we can kind of vaguely look at who we think is going to be at the top of the league and maybe who could be at the bottom of the league, knowing full well that it's February and we got a long way to go. I think on paper, Texas and Georgia are on the top tier. I think at that point, is Ole Miss on the second tier? If Trinidad Chambliss is back, probably. I think they'd be on the third tier if he's not back. I think A&M is maybe on that second tier. And I don't know who else is there. I think LSU could be there. Their schedule's not terribly difficult relative to LSU standards, and Lane Kiffin should have the offense working pretty fast. And if Sam Levitt's healthy, like a lot of ifs in that. But I think LSU could be on that tier. I think Alabama and Oklahoma are in this conversation as well. And I think the key here is if you add Joey Aguilar to the mix, I think you have to include Tennessee in that group. Now, where are they in that group? Who knows? We got 6 months, 7 months to decide and debate and argue about this stuff. But I think if you're putting Texas and Georgia kind of over here to the side, I think there's 5 or 6 teams that are all in a group, and I would probably have Tennessee in that group, but at the bottom of that group, if Aguilar is there. If he is not playing, which, again, knowing how much the state capitol building, and now that I kind of cover that on a different level and a different for different products, like they are very pro University of Tennessee athletics, the attorney general, the state legislative body, the governor's office, like everybody very pro trying to do what they can to kind of take the NCAA down, as we've seen in evidence here. So, a judge named Haggerty going to rule in favor of Tennessee athletics? Who knows? If he doesn't, I think they're in the South Carolina, Florida, Vanderbilt, Missouri, like really good teams, 500 above 500 teams, winning teams, clearly bowl teams, unsure of what they're going to be, right? And I think that's at this stage. I don't think we know what any of those teams are going to be, but I don't think they're bad. I think they're good teams. I think at the bottom you've got Arkansas, Kentucky, Auburn, Mississippi State on this other end of the spectrum. Again, movement could happen, but I think that's probably the thing. If he's healthy, their upside is playoffs, and if everything else goes right, contend for a playoff spot, and you put him on a tier with, I'd call him the challenger class. If he's not playing and other things don't happen, then I think they're sort of in the middle class, and I don't think Tennessee fans want to be there. So
let's say Joey is able to play, and let's say Tennessee is able to have a good season, a really good season, go to the playoffs and create some noise. Are you putting a asterisk next to Tennessee, or
no.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Just wondering.
Why? Because the NCAA is FUBAR right now. Like, what are we doing here? Look, I did find it. I will say this: I got a lot of Tennessee fans in my life in Nashville very frustrated because not only Tennessee fans, but like everyone is sort of like tired of Diego Pavia. I personally am not. I think it's hilarious that everyone reacts and like that everyone's so triggered by him. But when I told people at the end of last season, like folks, to Tennessee fans in my life, I say, guys, you know that Tennessee's quarterback is older than Vanderbilt's quarterback, right? And like everybody, like every Tennessee fan was like, what? Really? That really stings, actually. That kind of bothers me. I didn't know that was true. Like, if you spend your whole life yelling on Twitter about how old Diego Pavia is, you might want to check the date of birth on your own quarterback. But again, who cares? Like, the point of that story is, like, who cares? It doesn't matter anymore until we have, like, I don't know, like a 25-year-old age limit for college athletics, until the SEC or the Big Ten or together they break away and create their own rules with a collectively bargained rule of contracts that says, here are the rules of transferring and player movement and contractual status and how much you can make. Until all of that happens, which I think will happen in the next 5 to 6 years, until all that happens, like, this is the world we live in. And so why is Ole Miss's run to the semifinal have an asterisk? Because, like, their portaling of players, their NIL, the fact that their coach left, like, what do we – if we're going to start doing that, then, like, almost every championship by every team prior to, like, NIL is you're going to have to go, well, who were they paying him when everybody else wasn't? Like, what do we The imperfections are part of the game. And so I think for now, absolutely not in my book, at least. If anybody tries to tell you otherwise, just, tell them I said so.
With what's going on at Ole Miss with Trinidad Chambliss, Bediako, Tennessee, Joey Aguilar, just something Josh mentioned earlier, LSU with the CSC. Are you surprised we haven't heard anything from Greg Sankey? Are you wanting to hear anything from the SEC commissioner?
Like, the only stuff I'd want to hear probably will never happen, which is some sort of like, we're going to try to do what's best for the game of college football for all parties involved. And right now, the Big Ten and the SEC are not doing that. They're dug in. on their own version of this thing. And, if you do the math, 34 teams is how many they have. And if they break away and do their own thing, write their own rules, build their own schedules, the networks and the television partners are totally fine with that. They're not going to, in fact, they might go up in value if they limit it. And it's very easy to look at, hey, you're probably going to grab 8 or 9 teams from the ACC, maybe a few teams from the Big 12, grab Notre Dame, and all of a sudden you're at 50, 52, 54 teams. And you know what that looks like when you break it up into divisions? It looks like college football conferences, like they used to look. Even if you get to 60 teams and you have five divisions, that's exactly what we used to have, which is a Power 5 with 12 teams in each conference. It's going to look, hopefully, exactly like what we all really liked in college football maybe 15 years ago. But if you're saying, what do I want to hear? They're never going to say, we're going to do what's best for the fans. Unfortunately, that will never happen. Hopefully, what you can hope for is that where the money is and the decisions around what makes the most money, hopefully that aligns and overlaps with what is best for fans. And I do think at some point that's going to happen. And so, I just don't know what kind of nonsense we have to go through to get to that point. Again, I think we've been on this show with you two, and I've said this before for the last few years. There's a look in the television contract that can cause things to change legally via expansion. And at the end of 28, going into 29, that would then set the scene for the end of the 7-year contract, which starts this year, to run out in 2032, which is when the grant of rights for the ACC runs out. All the new television deals are lining up at 2032. With maybe the formation of all this stuff happening in 29, looking ahead to 2031, 32, it's pretty clear that there's going to have to be new rules. The question is who will blink, the Big Ten or the SEC?
Braden Gall, 440 Sports. What is going on right now for people to check out from 440?
Well, lots of stuff. Titans, of course, entering full-on draft mode. They've finished their coaching staff. Robert Saleh era underway. They've got the 4th pick in the draft, and so we are deep dive into the draft, deep dive into the coaching staff, deep dive into the future of the Titans organization across the 440 Sports Network. Paul Kaharski, Hall of Fame voter for the NFL, is one of my co-hosts, Nick Suss from the Tennessean, so you can listen to a football show every Monday and Thursday. SEC Football Live every single Wednesday. That is already up on the YouTube page now and on podcast apps everywhere, 440 Sports, 440. The Gold Standard comes up on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Obviously, huge news with Barry Trotz, the general manager, announcing his resignation at some point in the future, whenever his successor is picked on Monday. Obviously, that's going to be a huge topic today on the program as they sort of head into the Olympic break on a heater here with a couple of nice wins. So Nashville SC season starts on the 21st of February, so preseason soccer matches up and running. You got the World Cup coming this year, so we've got everything covered. Obviously, if you care about what was going on with winter weather, we've got news and information shows for you on that side of the content spectrum as well. So 440 Sports for all your sports needs, 440 Media for all your other needs. We've got you covered if you care about Tennessee sports and just general news. We've got you covered. So check us out, 440 Sports.
I told you there's a lot going on. 440 Sports with the Titans and the change that are taking place. Some say if there's a Ward, there's a way, and there's a Ward at quarterback for the Tennessee Titans with a new head coach in place. Hey, Braden, we appreciate the time as always. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you again soon.
Yeah, you must be a dad. Good to talk to you, boys. Good to talk
to you.
Boys.
Thank you, Braden. Braden Gall joining us, as all guests do, on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
I don't think there should be an asterisk. I just want to know what his opinion would be.
Yeah, I agree with you and Braden. I don't think there should be an asterisk. You do forfeit some of the jokes you would have told about old players on other teams. You can't do that.
No, I can't do that anymore. No.
Yeah, Pavia, he graduated high school a year after Joey and is leaving college a year before, assuming Joey does play this fall.
Yeah, I don't remember any old jokes from me about Pavia. It was just, him running his mouth and him not completing a lot of balls when we played them in 24. But he completed plenty this past year.
2025 was a different conversation.
So those jokes are over.
That's right. We'll continue. The segment's over. We have plenty to go. 865-656-9900 to be part of the show. Thank you for hanging out with us as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio. Free on the app. Free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Amish Elegance Fine Custom Furniture. Amish Elegance can really help you enhance any part of your home. They can help you with their beautiful furniture that they can build for you. Everything from Amish Elegance is bench made. The furniture is handcrafted. If you are looking to upgrade any part of your home, if you are building a new home or another space on to go with whatever you have at home, Amish Elegance can help you outfit anything you need. You sit down with the team. They can help you design any piece of furniture, the type of wood, the color, the exact dimensions. They hand those plans over to the Amish families they work with to build beautiful furniture that can be designed for you. Their furniture is built to last. When you go in and see their showroom at 613 North Campbell Station Road, you can see and feel the difference in the quality of furniture from Amish Elegance. The furniture they build for you will be built to last for generations. Stop by and see it for yourself at 613 North Campbell Station Road. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you. You can start online at AmishElegance.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Good old East Tennessee, we know family, hard work, and helping your neighbors still means a lot. I'm Nick Whitehead with Whitehead Auto Sales in Alcoa and Knoxville. Our family-owned and operated business is celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Our pillars are those three items: family, hard work, and helping your neighbor. Experience the difference of why we've been voted #1 in Blount County for years now, and why we've expanded to Chapman Highway to help even more. Visit WhiteheadAutoSales.com or come shake our hands for a deal you can't find anywhere else. 20 years from our family to yours at Whitehead Auto Sales.
Fellas, are you feeling tired, foggy, or just not yourself lately? At Optimize You Knoxville, we help you get your edge back. Low testosterone, weight gain, low energy? It's not just aging, it's your hormones telling you something. Our team creates a personalized plan to balance your body and optimize your health so you can feel strong, focused, and alive again. Don't settle for normal, guys. It's time to feel optimal. Visit Optimize You Knoxville today because it's time to get you firing on all cylinders. Optimize You, Knoxville's leader in hormone health.
Come watch the big game with us February 8th at the Mint Gaming Hall. Bet the game and watch the game on our giant TVs at Backyard Race and Sports Grill or at Midnight Bourbon. We'll have free jersey drawings and free play after each score. Win a designer purse during our pregame purses drawings. Plus 2-for-1 burgers and $3 drinks. Don't miss the big one, February 8th at the Mint Gaming Hall, Williamsburg, Kentucky. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Winning just got closer.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
During basketball and all seasons, choose Coors Light, the official beer of chill, inside Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center. When things heat up on the hardwood, reach for the beer that's made to chill. You'll know your Coors Light's perfectly chilled because when the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Tennessee Athletics. Always cheer loudly and please celebrate responsibly.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Sent to us from the app. Swain, where do people hang out during medieval times? Where did people hang out during medieval times? The Nightclub.
Yeah. I like
good.
that one. That's
That was
a good
really
one.
good. Mike asked us, why are you hating on Joey? He's doing what just about everybody in his position would do.
Oh, my gosh.
Swain?
I think before every statement about this topic, it's been said, Joey's not to blame. We would do the same thing if we were Joey Aguilar. I totally understand trying to get an extra year. There's too much money on the table not to try. There's nothing against Joey Aguilar. I think that's been said probably, 53 times. So it's not about Joey Aguilar. It's the principle, and that's what you have been on the record disagreeing with. I've been on the record disagreeing with. It doesn't matter if Joey Aguilar was a Washington State quarterback, a Alabama State quarterback, a Florida State quarterback, or a Georgia State quarterback. I would feel the same way. So I don't change my opinions just because it involves my school, because that would make me a flip-flopper, and that would make me a hypocrite, and that would make me someone who moves goalposts depending on what is beneficial to me. And that's not how I think it should work. So if you're going to have a take, you're going to believe in something, I feel like you should stand on what you believe in, no matter what. And this is an example of standing on what we believe in is right for the game of college football. But again, would do the same thing if I had the opportunity. No different than Zakai Ziegler, who played 4 full seasons at Tennessee. I didn't believe he deserved a 5th, but I understood why he would do it, because it would mean he would have gotten $3+ million. He should have definitely tried. And I'm good friends with the people that was representing him and still feel the same way. So you can understand why Joey is doing what he's doing, be a Joey Aguilar fan, but not necessarily agree with a player being able to play football their 8th season out or their 8th year out of high school. You can do that.
Right. If we were critical or confused by the allowance of a 9th year for tight end Cam McCormick at Miami, or a few weeks ago we looked at TJ Finley getting another year and said, I think this is a bit much here.
I told him, go get a job. It was a 17? 6 or 17?
He's a 7th year guy. I think it's 17.
Told him
close,
the same thing. So, just being consistent. That's all. Just being consistent. What?
But new nickname, perhaps.
But why does someone have to hate on someone else just because there's a difference in opinion? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, Taylor called it. She said haters are going to hate. But that doesn't mean everybody is a hater.
No.
But we have a new nickname in the text box, Hater Swain.
I guess so. Yep. Hey, 30-year-old, if you want to play football, come on, man.
Yeah.
You can play. Doesn't matter how many years you've been out of high school. It doesn't matter, man. Just come on and play. So this little 18-year-old that just graduated from high school, you know what we need to do? Let's bring in a 26-year-old linebacker, one that's been in the college football weight room for about 7 years, and let him go up against a true freshman running back, see how that plays out. That'd be good entertainment, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Yep. So, man. This is where it gets goofy.
Speaking of goofy, the updated schedule for the college football playoff next year and the year after, the quarterfinal and semifinal round dates were announced. The college football playoff quarterfinals for this upcoming season will take place on Wednesday, December 30th, and then Friday, January 1st. They will avoid the NFL on New Year's Eve. And then the semifinal round will take place 2 weeks later. So they will have a full 2 weeks between the quarterfinal and semifinal round. Same for the following year, December 31st and January 1st. and then the semifinal round January 13th and 14th.
I don't want to sound like a hater here, but pushing the games back by 2 weeks, you're really cutting into pro prospects' ability to prepare for the combine and participate in all-star games. So you can just forget about that. Like if you had a player that was in the semifinals or the finals and he was a senior and he got a Senior Bowl invite, you can forget about that. He's not playing in that.
Should probably just sue for another year of college football because you're already on to the next
you might as well, right?
academic year.
But then, you're cutting in 2 weeks of training and recovery time for the biggest job interview of your life. Like, why are we pushing it back 2 weeks?
In the text box, Corrington Vol says, Joey Swagular lives. He does.
That's right.
And one other, seriously, Swain, needs T-shirts that say, go get a job. Hater Swain. We'll come back 90 minutes to go, 865-656-9900 to get on board with us as we continue on Josh and Swain.
99.1 The Sports Animal and Coors Light are going to help you chill out and get fired up. Listen weekdays for the cue to call in to become a finalist in the Coors Light Chillin' and Grillin' Contest. You could win an awesome outdoor grill, a Yeti cooler, Coors Light swag, and a $100 gift card. Listen for your chance to chillin' and grillin' from Coors Light and the station for a hot prizes and cool contest. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, I'm Josh Hemphill, right here in Knoxville. Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important, life insurance. The Josh Hemphill State Farm team can help you understand options that best fit your family. Contact us right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Nate Ament had a game-high 28 points for Tennessee, and the Vols won their fourth straight game with an 84-66 win over Ole Miss last night at Food City Center at Thompson Bowling Arena. Tennessee turns its attention to Kentucky in a rematch with the Wildcats this Saturday night in Lexington. Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar has been granted a temporary restraining order in his lawsuit against the NCAA as he seeks an extra year of eligibility, enabling him to continue playing for the Vols this fall. The ruling was granted earlier today after he filed suit last week in Knox County, arguing that he should be allowed a fourth year of playing Division I football rather than having the years he spent in junior college count against his eligibility. Aguilar was third in the SEC last year in passing yards with more than 3,500 yards through the air. The New York Jets have hired former NFL head coach Frank Reich to be their new offensive coordinator under new head coach Aaron Glenn. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One. When it comes to new floors, a lot of people start at the big box stores. But here's the problem. You'll see the same handful of products, talk to someone who just started last week, and end up paying way more than expected. At Frazier's, we make it easy with hundreds of thousands of square feet in stock. From value product to premium brands, you'll always find the right fit for your home and budget. Apples to apples, we guarantee to beat the big box stores. On top of that, you get free in-home estimates, no money down, and free financing for an entire year. That's why Knoxville families have trusted us for more than 70 years. Call 546-4850 today. Make the smart choice for your home and see why at Frazier's we make it easy. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more. Frazier's.
Hey, it's Ange for Chafee HVAC Plumbing and Electrical. It's time to get healthy with Chafee. How about an in-duct air purifier? Unlike standard filters that only catch dust, this professional grade unit actively kills viruses and bacteria, odors, and allergens. How about a whole home water filtration system? We have one at the Ainge household. This system treats water at the source to provide several key benefits. Removes chlorine, saves your appliances, and softer skin and hair. Find out more by going to Chafee's website, coolingheatingplumbing.com.
Warm, fresh, delicious cookies from Moonshine Mountain Cookies. Oh man, it's always one of my favorites. You know, the Chubby Decker was just declared the best cookie in the state of Tennessee by the dailymeal.com. Gooey caramel, chocolate, toffee. Okay, you're talking my language, okay? I like also the sea salt caramel. They've got gluten-free cookies for her. Awesome hand-scooped ice cream, and now a new location in Pigeon Forge. Of course, you know West Hills, Farragut, Fountain City, Moonshine Mountain Cookies. West Hills, Farragut, Fountain City, and now in Pigeon Forge. Yes, get your gooey shot of goodness at any of the stores. Also great drinks as well. Look, Moonshine Mountain Cookies, the perfect gift or treat for two for Valentine's Day. Moonshine Mountain Cookies. It's dessert.
Hey, Tennessee, what are you looking for in an automobile dealership? How about a no-pressure, friendly staff? A huge selection of pre-owned inventory, which incidentally is why it's been called the intersection of selection for over 20 years. How about one of the largest new car inventories in the entire area? And don't forget, they all come with Rusty Wallace Honda's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. Or maybe it's service after the sale you want. If that's the case, then get to our award-winning service department. Whatever your reason, don't wait. Get to the intersection of selection. Rusty Wallace Honda, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Valentine's Day is coming, and Food City has got you covered. Show your affection with a dozen beautiful premium quality sleeved roses and a dozen hand-dipped chocolate strawberries for just $29.99 with your value card. It's the Cupid's Combo exclusively at Food City. Play Step to the Plate at 8 with John and Vince to win a $25 Food City gift card and get qualified to win a Cupid's Combo now through February 13th. More details at 991thesportsanimal.com. Food City, your one-stop shop for Valentine's Day.
Stanley Fence, East Tennessee's leader in gates and fencing. Need security or style? Stanley Fence has got it all. Automatic gates, access control systems, and custom estate gate designs built in-house for speed and quality. From aluminum and chain link to BOCA code-compliant pool fencing, Stanley Fence stocks it all. No long wait times. And right now, they'll beat any price on commercial cantilever slide gates. Call 865-254-3844 or visit StanleyFence.com today. Stanley Fence, family-owned, operated, and the first name in fencing.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
While many of us have seen a lot of snow beginning to melt, we actually have another opportunity for some rain showers later today, possibly transitioning into a brief, quick round of some light snow showers and flurries, even at lower elevation. Not expecting much out of it, but it will continue to bring in that cooler air for a touch longer. In the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Sydney Sullivan.
Leaky pipes.
Oh no!
Toilets clogged.
Oh crap!
Don't freak out. Just call us. Problem solved.
Okay.
Valley Plumbing. Any plumbing issue, anytime. Call Valley Plumbing at 865-351-0643 or visit valleyplumbingtn.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain's here. I'm Josh Ward. We're with you for another 90 minutes, and we go to the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. Every week we talk to Austin Price of VolQuest.com. Thanks to Colossal Productions, colossalproductions.com. To see what they can do for you with your event, they can bring their massive mobile LED screens to you for a work event, party, whatever you're planning, colossalproductions.com. Austin, thank you for the time, as always. What do you make of the latest in the conversation with Joey Aguilar, who filed suit recently in Knox County? Earlier today was granted a temporary restraining order in his pursuit of one more year of eligibility. What do you make of where the conversation stands today?
I think it's very positive. Obviously, when he decided to break away from the Pavia suit, you knew that this was coming, and they were strategic with when they filed. They waited until it was going to be in Judge Haggerty's court, in my opinion, and because they get in rotation, and I think they figured out when it was going to be his time. They filed, got in his court. Obviously, things went well today. It's the first step towards a lot of this. Tennessee's still awaiting to officially hear when the hearing will be. I know they wanted this Friday. Others wanted next Friday. I think it probably ends up being next Friday, but I think they're still They're still waiting to hear official word of when that will be. But again, the first step in the process to Joey Aguilar potentially being back at Tennessee. And, I think for Tennessee, this is best case scenario. I think the floor for the ceiling gets raised with Joey Aguilar at quarterback. And, I think for spring practice, it really does kind of give you a shot in the arm in terms of Joey won't be out there for spring, or if he is, it'll be very much at the end of spring, which means it's a lot of George and Faison development time in spring practice, which I think is pivotal for both those young kids.
How much was George kind of involved in kind of knowing what was going on? I know that this was a possibility for a very, very long time. A lot of folks are kind of worried about George, if that was going to run him off, even though the portal is closed. If you can sue to get a, 6th, 7th year college, I'm sure you can sue to get back into the portal and leave too, if George really wanted to. Like, where's George at mindset wise with Joey possibly coming back next year?
I think there's probably some disappointment there if Joey gets another year. George obviously wanted the chance to compete, wanted the chance to have the opportunity to win the job. Let's call it what it is. If Joey Aguilar is back, Joey Aguilar is the starting quarterback in 2026. And there's no kind of putting a lipstick on the pig for either one of those young kids that, hey, you're going to have a chance. And they know that. Deep down they know that this is going to be Joey's team, Joey's ship, and he'll be the captain, and we'll go from there. But, until we start seeing kids sue to try to get back in the portal, let's not even put that out there in the stratosphere, Jason, because, that doesn't do anybody any good. And I don't think it would do George any good. I mean, most of these teams are pretty set at their quarterback spot. Look at the desperation Miami had to go out there and get Mensa. When they knew that, okay, Ty Simpson's officially in the draft, he's gone, Levitt's going to LSU, who's left? All right, let's go get the guy from Duke. And that was the panic there for Miami because, they needed to fill their spot at quarterback, and they were able to get it done. So, a lot of the teams are pretty set at that position. And the other thing that's going to hurt George is he doesn't have tape. He has high school tape. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have college tape. Throwing a few meaningless passes in the spring game last year or, playing late in a couple of ball games doesn't really get it. It's part of the problem Ty Simpson ran into a few years ago when he thought about leaving Alabama. And multiple schools just said, you don't have any tape. He sure had tape this past year, and obviously that would have been a big reason why, had he chose to come back to college and leave Alabama, he would have been able to really command whatever he wanted. And, that's the problem with anybody like George or even a guy like Deuce Knight last year. You don't have a ton of tape. Now, Deuce had the one game that he started and he had 7 touchdowns. But I think for any of these younger quarterbacks, the ability to get on the field like this fall, even if it's the backup, is pivotal for them long-term, whether they're staying or leaving.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. He joins us thanks to Colossal Productions. You mentioned raising the floor. How does the conversation around expectations for Tennessee in 2026, and we're having this conversation in early February, but how's it affected if you find out that Joey will return this fall?
Well, the offense comes back basically all intact. You running game's pretty much the same. Receivers, you lose Brazel, but you're hoping that, in year 2, you see big jumps from Darius Jackson, big jumps from Travis Smith. You hope that Tristan Keys comes in and gives you a shot in the arm. Obviously, the tight ends are similar. So the offense looks pretty much the same, right? I mean, give or take 1 or 2 players, it's pretty much the same offense that was intact this past year that did lead the SEC in passing, had over 2,000 yards on the ground, and led the SEC in scoring. And so that's a big shot in the arm to know, okay, that's the floor of our offense now. And let's see if we can build upon it. Now the question is what kind of direction does the defense start to trend in? You don't have to be top 10. You just can't be 93 again. And so in year 1 at Penn State, they were 37. Now, that was with no coaching, transition for Jim Knowles in terms of he didn't bring anybody with him. The players didn't know the system. he's brought a handful of guys with him now that either have been with him at Ohio State or at Penn State. And then you have at least one player at every level of the defense that has transitioned into transferring to Tennessee. How much does that help, the defense be better? So, again, the floor to me rises dramatically with Joey at quarterback. And that's not to say that the ceiling can't be higher with somebody else. It just means the floor rises dramatically with Joey Aguilar at quarterback.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. What's the latest with Arion Carter? The expectation for him this spring, what's his recovery time, and kind of you have anything in terms of update with him being back with this team leading during winter workouts?
Yeah, he'll just be around. He'll be going through rehab. He will not go through spring practice. And, we'll be – and to me, that's not a bad thing. Obviously, you'd love for him to be out there just because he is learning a new defense. But as a veteran, someone who can pick it up mentally and who's very smart off the field, I don't worry about him having to have the reps to get it figured out. I think he can handle the mental reps. I think he can handle the meeting room, all those things this spring that can still help him advance. And it gives a chance for Amari Campbell to acclimate himself. It gives a chance for Edwin Spillman to acclimate himself into the new defense. Same thing with Jaden Perlotti and T-Lander and all the others. So, again, that's a deep position where William Inge is going to be tasked with trying to get several guys to the field, and that's a tough spot for him.
Austin, in recruiting, what is the latest with five-star running back David Gabriel Georges from down at Baylor, a 2027 prospect, one of the top players in the country?
Tennessee and Ohio State remain the top two. I personally like Tennessee here. Have liked Tennessee for quite a while. I know some Ohio people like Ohio State, but the kid plays in this state and is around people that love the orange, and I think that stuff matters. And again, I think you'll continue to see him play his recruitment a certain way. I'm not sure you see him take a lot of unofficial visits between now and official visits in June, just because I think he's done all that and he just wants to kind of relax. Now, there's nothing stopping him from rolling up here to see his old buddies Joakim Dodson and Gabe Osinda and Jamie and Theodore and hang out with his buddies. And I think that's a feather in Tennessee's cap if they can get him up here over the next few months just to hang out, not with coaches, just hang out around players. Once the dead period lifts in March and kids can go back on campus, if he comes up here and hangs out, I think that's a real positive. And so I think you have to lean on your advantages, and Tennessee being just a little over an hour, up the road is an advantage. Having a lot of Tennessee flavor at Chattanooga Baylor, is an advantage. And I think you've got to lean into that if you're Tennessee.
The number one running back in his class committed to Georgia. Any idea of when he is targeting a date to make an announcement and commit to a school?
Yeah, number one, my butt, whatever. Like recruiting rankings are recruiting rankings. And that kid's a good player too. Spell's a great player. But I mean, to me, it's 1A, 1B. I mean, whatever. As for DGG, you're looking at probably July. He's going to take his OBs in June. I would venture to say early July is when you see him come off the board.
Any other recruiting notes to pay attention to right now?
No, I think Kenny Simon was getting fairly close to a decision in terms of knowing kind of where he wants to go. Was planning on seeing Tennessee, A&M, and Alabama, and then he lost the A&M junior day. So I think that's maybe slowed it a fraction. Could see him doing something, in late spring maybe. He's going to go out in March and April and see some schools and see some spring practices and see how coaches coach and run their meeting rooms and so on and so forth. And then I think start to work towards a decision. You look at, his teammate there at Brentwood Academy, Keyshawn Bowman, seems like he's been a little bit all over the map. Once committed to Oregon, then all the buzz was with Tennessee, then all the buzz was with Miami, then it switched to Vanderbilt, then back to Miami, then back to Vanderbilt. Now it's kind of all over the map. And, the question is when does he do something? Nothing would shock me there, whether he committed tomorrow or waited all the way till July. Ultimately, I think it matters who's got the momentum in November with Keyshawn Bowman. locally. Tennessee wants to, get Malik Howard, the tight end at Oak Ridge, over to campus. That's a Vanderbilt, Miami, Alabama, Tennessee battle. And then Jarrell Chandler, the safety from Halls. That's another one Tennessee is deep in it with. And Tennessee will be trying to keep the pedal down in his recruitment.
Very good. VolQuest.com, they're covering it. Tennessee football, recruiting, Tennessee basketball with what's going on with the 4-game winning streak, and baseball right around the corner. There's a lot happening. You can see, hear, and read the guys at VolQuest.com. And every week we talk to Austin Price right here on this show, thanks to Colossal Productions. Austin, thank you. We appreciate the time, and we will talk to you again next week.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Austin Price, VolQuest, joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. All guests join us thanks to Colossal Productions. They have these giant LED video walls. They can enhance any event, any party you are planning. Videos, images, graphics, top of the line, great people as well, great local company. ColossalProductions.com is the website. See how they can take your event to a literally bigger level, ColossalProductions.com. Also, should have said to Austin, hey, this used to be signing day. This used to be the day that we would look forward to. The fax machine buzzing.
Oh, that is today, huh?
A day of the past, the first Wednesday in February.
How about that, man? Gotta evolve, Josh.
I miss those days.
I miss those days, too,
miss
man.
the hat tosses, the angry parents at the press conferences.
Those days were fun, man. The celebrations.
Player signs with one school, changes his mind. Fans are upset that they missed out on him. Then he ends up flipping to their school. Then they love him again. Those were the days.
Like seeing the staff with the camera on, like go overboard in their excitement. Like getting a video look of different staffs reacting. I miss those days.
Yep. But now we get litigation.
Ratings are high.
They are up. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 to be part of the show. Thanks to Austin Price for joining us. Thank you for being with us as we continue until 3 o'clock. We're presented by Junk Begun on Josh and Swain.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We all know the Valentine's Day go-to gifts are flowers, chocolates, maybe even perfume. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000...
Learn Will Thursday as they broadcast live from 3 to 7 from the Bed Store on Clinton Highway. The Bed Store has 6 convenient area locations with brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. The right mattress, the right price, guaranteed at the Bed Store.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are... So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If society collapsed tomorrow, how long would your family last? If you run out of food, probably not very long. That's why over 3 million American families trust My Patriot Supply for preparedness. Right now, you can get their best-selling 3-month food kit for $100 off. It's 3 months worth of real hearty meals that give you 2,000 calories a day and last up to 25 years. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com to get your 3-month kit for $100 off. The discount won't last long, so go to MyPatriotSupply.com today. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
It's been talked about, it's been waited for, and now it's happening. Southwest Airlines lands at McGee Tyson Airport March 5th. One date, one airline that changes everything. This isn't just a new airline. It's a new way in and out of East Tennessee. Southwest Airlines, March 5th. Visit flyknoxville.com for more information.
Kicks SL 492 155 Versa SL 8544 90 8,000 self MSRP PM 45331. All offers with approved credit cannot combine offers. Double offer up to 2,500 in the form of a discount.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp for Oak Ridge Nissan, and love is in the air. Be our Valentine during our President's Day sale with deals like this.
Get up to $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book so we can pay your trade-off no matter what you owe. What, you want a lower payment?
Okay. Get into a Nissan Versa for $17,995 or a Nissan Kick starting at $19,995. Or how about 0% financing for 60 full months? And for the month of February, Oak Ridge Nissan will double your down payment or double your tax return. That's double crazy. With deals like this, I should run for president. Don't be Cupid. Make that 10-minute drive and say,